Alex Pereira claims the middleweight throne in style. What's next for Izzy as he seems unable to beat his boogeyman? Dana White gives breaking news post-fight press conference. And Mike Chandler does it again. A banger of a fight that feels bittersweet as he suffers a loss to Dustin Poirier. Let's take a deeper look at UFC 281. What up, fight fans? I'm Mo, and New York did not disappoint. Another sellout for the UFC, and the display of great talent was on show. But before we get into it, make sure you give us a like and subscribe. The early prelims got underway with the light heavyweights as Olberg puts on an opening show with a KO win over Nega Moreno. Skip forward 2 decision wins, and the last early prelims saw a devastating knockout for Matt Frivola over an undefeated Ottoman in the lightweight division. The prelims opened up with a middleweight bout that saw Andre beat Wellington via decision. The women flyweight bout saw a devastating loss for Meatball Molly, which was dominated and submitted in the very first round. The second light heavyweight fight saw a monstrous knockout when Dominic Reyes was sent to sleep by Ryan Spann in the first round. The prelims were ended with another first round finish as Renato Monicano submitted Brad Riddell. Dan Hooker balanced the books for City Kickboxing as he spectacularly finished a rather awkward Claudio Puelles. Frankie Edgar's retirement fight did not go to plan as he was knocked out by a rather apologetic Chris Gutierrez in the bantamweight division in the very first round. And finally, the people's main event, and what a back and forth this fight was. In a historical 3-round fight in the lightweight division, these 2 title contenders put on a complete MMA show. Chandler was unable to submit Dustin earlier on, who came back into the fight and managed to submit Chandler in round 3 via rear naked choke. The co-main event saw Esparza unable to defend her belt as she was overwhelmed by Weili, who showed her strength to win via submission in round 2. And finally, the bout that this card was built around, the fight that showed no man is immortal, as Alex Pereira knocked out Adesanya in the 5th round after being second in the striking game to Izzy throughout the fight, to become the new middleweight champion of the world. Let's get into the new side of things now. Another fight worthy of fight of the year, and what a fight it was. Dustin Poirier took on Mike Chandler in what was guaranteed to be a banger. The fight left fans on their seat with Chandler winning the first round dominantly, but things started to change and Mike was unable to find the submission to put Dustin out. This proved a turning point and Dustin started to find his groove and attempted the same submission that Chandler tried, but successfully this time. Well, what's next? Well, Khabib said a fight between Dustin and Dariush for a contender eliminator sounds right, and Dustin agreed. As for Mike, well, he still wants top opponents, and he's not slowing down, not just yet, and he called yet again Conor McGregor to fight him, which would be a great matchup for 2 fighters that can bang but are not in the winning column. Isreal Adesanya falls to Pereira in his first loss in the middleweight division. A new middleweight champion was crowned and a face going by the name of Alex Pereira. Izzy falls yet again to the hands of Pereira, now both in Glory Kickboxing days and MMA UFC days. A quick rise with only 4 fights in the promotion saw Alex Pereira become the new crowned king, but take nothing away as he was able to rejuvenate himself in the final round to take Izzy out. Izzy was humble in defeat and said he would not fall to Poten's hands yet again. It's hard. Adesanya was clearly winning that fight both in the striking and the ground. But hey, this is the fighting game and that's how it goes. But in terms of what's next, well, Adesanya wants a rematch, that's clear, and he's deserving of it. However, the likes of Hamza have gone quick online to say that they want a title fight. Uncle Dana made some news-breaking headlines. He firstly stated that Jon Jones would not be fighting this year and that he would headline an early next year bout. With the likes of Stipe Miocic not fighting again, it looks like Dana will have to make a title bout between Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones. However, Ngannou is still playing hardball and the negotiations are not over yet. In other news, Dana confirmed that there will be an interim title fight between Yair Rodriguez and Josh Emmett, set for UFC 284. He also went on to state that the UFC is looking to set up in Africa and even headline a card over there, which would be great for both African fighters and the fans over there. He even went on to say that he was going to build an Apex over there to house new talent. And lastly, I want to take this time to pay respects to a true pioneer of the sport, both in and out of the cage. As many of you know, news broke out that Anthony Rumble Johnson passed away. May he rest in peace. For what it's worth, we will be left with all the moments he gave us in the cage and his great personality out. So that's it for me for now, so take care and make sure to give us a like and subscribe.